Hey there, and welcome to Rockwall, Texas Living, the web's biggest blog on the smallest county in Texas. I'm your host, Evan Madison.
And I'm your co-host, Richard Madison.
Well, today we're going to do a short segment on first-time home buyers. We're going to call it a first-time home buyer primer.
Right.
Basically, dispel some myths, make sure that everybody knows that are first-time home buyers. You understand certain characteristics that are particular to a first-time home buyer.
Right.
And we're just going to run through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, important to get some serious guidance as you begin there so that you don't make a first mistake. Right. But you just have a great experience. And first, it's really important to understand the seriousness of buying and there is a buyer's cycle. People start looking online. 80% of people look online for a while, even up to a year or even 2 years. And then they kind of move from that out into saying, okay, now let's go see some of those properties. Sure. And so they begin to view some things, and then they walk into one, and hopefully engaging a realtor. That's the best way to see them. And then they walk into one, and they just fall in love with it, and that starts the offer, contract, closing process at the end of their cycle.
Yes.
And hopefully then they don't do another cycle for a while.
Right, yeah, stay put.
Stay
Enjoy
put.
that house that you were wanting to get into. And
draw that equity up, all right?
Exactly.
So that's important, and one of the key areas there is, as you begin, is to qualify your income. Understand what you can really buy, because why go out and look when you might be discouraged by the fact that you're not able to pick that up, or you might be looking too low.
Or you might be looking too low and there's other options out there that you're not being able to consider.
Right.
So definitely going and speaking with a lender or talking to a real estate professional that has dealt with a lot of lenders and getting them to give you some information on that is a good thing to go.
Yeah, let's just make a little caveat, not that we don't enjoy them, but you know, sometimes friends say, oh, I've got a great brother-in-law who does that kind of thing.
Right.
I would say you need an impartial person outside, so maybe you know, a good recommendation outside of family or relatives or anything like that.
Right, you don't want to, I mean, it's always great to help family or friends out. This is the type of purchase, investment that you don't want to necessarily be helping someone out on that. You want to get someone that's experienced so that your process is smooth and enjoyable, not a whole bunch of bumps along the road that you weren't expecting.
Right. So with all of that primarily done, then the next thing is to kind of work with 3 specific assumptions that new buyers have.
Okay.
All right. First assumption is that, well, the media has given a lot of negativity about the fact that homes aren't selling and all that. There is no really national market. We take national statistics, but there is really no national market. And in our market here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Rockwall area, and those 3 are all the key ingredients, you know, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Rockwall, all about the same size.
Right.
Joking about that. It's totally different than in San Francisco.
Right.
Totally different than Connecticut.
In the same way that weather is different in different parts of the country,
sure,
the real estate market is different in different parts of the country.
Yeah, it might snow, it rain here, but it might snow.
Just
out of our rain in Tennessee or whatever. So
exactly.
Okay, so keep that in mind that the media is not really the best source for your input on is it a good time to buy.
No, it's pretty much going to be negative because negative news sells.
Yeah, so you got to talk to a realtor and you got to get some other info. Many houses in the price range for a first-time home buyer are receiving multiple offers. Good to know that you may have to go at a different price than what is actually stated on the listing. And then many buyers means you are making the right decision to buy now.
Right.
So your first assumption that, well, maybe it's not a good market. Yeah, it is a good market. So blow that assumption away. Don't work with that. Okay. Second assumption is I have to see every home in my area to know which one's the best for me. Oh my goodness.
Right.
You know, if you're going to burn an ant with a this is kind of magnifying glass, you got to focus it down and intensify it. And that's what we're talking about here is instead of seeing every house, get an idea, first of all, what your price range is. That's going to narrow it a little bit.
Right.
And then maybe there's specific
criteria
that you want in your house. Work on that. And
if you know you need at least 4 bedrooms, you don't need to look at a 3-bedroom house.
Right, right. And if you know you don't want to be in that subdivision because it's too far away from the freeway or whatever, then you don't need to look at that one either.
Sure.
And then remember, as you narrow the field, that there are great interest rates. You need to get some good people to help you with that.
Right.
And there's also some tax credits for a first-time home buyer and for a person that's buying up.
Right.
6,500. So those are good things to blow that out. To narrow your field is the second one. So.
Okay. And lastly, looking for a bargain.
Oh, wow.
There are great deals out there.
Yeah.
Definitely, there are. They usually go pretty quick.
Right.
So if you do come across one, you need to jump on it pretty quickly.
Right.
If you're looking for something, it's probably not going to be something that's been on the market for 2 or 3 months, because if it was a good deal, it would be gone.
Right.
So you're really going to need to focus down on stuff that's just coming on the market.
Right.
Just focusing on that.
So a really good deal could be a really bad investment, and you need to kind of figure that out.
That's true.
You can do that with a realtor. You can do that with some inspection people, and foundations are important in this area that
Right.
they have some struggles with. Sometimes a little hidden, only the greatest and keenest eye can see it. So you got to get all that information before you figure out if it's a great deal, because who wants to do all that work on a $70,000 house when it may cost you $70,000 more?
Right. A lot of times a bargain can be a bargain in the way of a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of shows out there that talk about that,
Yeah.
but we all live busy lives already.
Right.
And what you don't want to do is get caught into this cycle of, okay, well this month we're going to be taking care of this room, so we need to move everything out of there and disrupt your whole lifestyle. It's just something to think about. That's going to work out great for some people, and some people it won't.
Yeah. So going back to those assumptions, let's kind of think through that again. First of all, you have to know there is a buyer cycle. You got to work through that. It's a process, and qualify your income.
Right.
And then
Watch negative.
move the media out of the way, because it's not going to help you. Get some qualified, specific information from real estate professionals. And secondly, on the assumption, don't do the shotgun approach. Don't see everything. Narrow it down. Focus it so that you can really intently work on maybe the 10, maybe the 5 that are the best.
Right.
And give them a good offer. And then the last one is, be careful of bargains.
Yep.
And if you're doing that as a first-time home buyer, I think you'll
have a
do
good
pretty
experience.
You'll have a good experience. And if you use the Madison Group, you'll have a great experience. All right?
We guarantee it. All right, we'll try really hard to make sure.
It'll be joy-filled.
It will be joy-filled no matter what. How could it not be?
Yes.
Well, we're having fun,
Yeah.
keeping you informed on real estate and what's going on, and we look forward to talking with you again.